Hello, my narc-free family. My name is Cree. Thank you for joining me here today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And I encourage you to subscribe to the channel. I look forward to meeting up with you often, okay? So, I am reading from H.G. Tudor's book. This is the second video that I'm doing on the smear campaign, where I'm using his book, which can be seen here, Smeared, Knowing and Beating the Narcissist Campaign, okay? And for those of you who don't know, H.G. Tudor is a narcissist, so this is coming from the point of view of a narcissist, okay? And so in the very first video, I explained some things, and now I'm picking up where I left off. So he is talking about who they target for the smear campaigns. And so I had already gone over the defective supplementary source, all right? And that they regard them as defective, and because they're no longer making enough money, or they're no longer providing the narcissist with what they want. So let's see. So he says discard and smear. That's what they get. So you can be doing the best you want to, but if the narcissist decides that they no longer want you, it is discard and then start smearing your name. There was something he said that I wanted to tell y'all, and I lost. He said something about we start slinging mud, and I wanted to read that part, but I don't see it. My apologies. So that's the first type of person they pick. Then there's the troublemaker, okay? He says, you may think that someone who has been labeled a defective appliance because they have challenged us or seen through us would be regarded as a troublemaker. They are, but not in the context of this category. Y'all help me. Categorization. I have the most trouble when I'm reading these things. Okay, defective appliances. When he uses the word appliances, he means supply. He considers them appliances, you know, or for those of you who don't know, narcissists see their supplies, or everybody, is appliances, just like an appliance that you use in your kitchen, or or a toy, or a thing, an object, a lamp, a spoon. Okay, that's all anybody, including a wife, including family members, that's all anybody is just an object. All right, so he says they are, but not in this context. Okay, defective appliances are those people who we managed to charm and seduce, who then failed us in some way. The troublemaker is somebody who we have failed to seduce, failed to get on side, and therefore they have the capacity to derail our plans, cause us problems, question our status and behaviors, and attempt to influence other people, and especially the new primary source, against us, or at least not do what we want. So that's the troublemaker. The defective person is somebody that they were able to ensnare. The troublemaker is somebody who is like, I'm not feeling right about this. Something's not right about you. And so they will run a smear campaign on them also. Then you have the predecessor primary source. So the person who came after the next primary source. This is usually our intimate ex-partner, but it may also include ex-partners even further back. We always smear your predecessor, who was the primary source before you. You are the main audience for this smear campaign. So when you meet a narcissist and they tell you that their ex-wife is crazy, she won't let them see the kids, she was always putting them out, throwing their stuff out on the lawn, and this, that, and the other, and some of this may be true, all right, and some of it is not. She may have been putting the narcissist out, but he's not saying what he was doing to get put out. He only wants you to see the pictures of his things thrown on the lawn, but he's not telling you that he was emotionally abusing her, cheating on her, and she caught him. Or sometimes they do tell you, they say, she said I was cheating, and what they're doing is they're telling you what they were doing, but they say she said it. But they don't admit that they actually were doing it because they're trying to reel you in, okay? So he says, you will, of course, not recognize it as a smear campaign, but rather a heartfelt explanation from a hurt and wounded person who has tried to do their best with a difficult and disordered individual only to be lashed out at. They come with their victim story, honey, always. Okay, and then you have the primary source. The smear campaign against the primary source takes place close to the point of discard. We have decided we no longer want to be involved with you in terms of relationship. Whether romantic partners, friends, colleagues, or family members. We do not want to have to engage with you on the expected terms. So let's see what he says, what I highlighted. But usually it is because you are not providing us with the fuel that we want to the degree we want, and therefore you have also become a defective appliances. So, listen to what he's saying. Anybody that they can't get what they want from, adoration, adulation, finances, sex, time, whatever it is that they're wanting from you, if they can't get it, then they get to smearing your name, okay? You must then deal with the disorientation caused by this callous discard, along with the vicious nature of the smear campaign. So then there is the stigmatized individual. This is a somewhat different smear campaign that we effect. Truth be told, that when we smear anybody, they become stigmatized. But this fifth category is in respect of a particular set of circumstances. The stigmatized individual is a smear campaign which is most often found in a familiar environment and is used by a narcissistic individual against members of the family. It will be against a parent, a sibling, but most often it's used against a child. So y'all didn't know that they were doing this to their own children. Some of you do know, because some of you are the scapegoat child, and so you do know. But for those of you who don't know, they do this to children also. The stigmatization will begin in childhood and will continue through into adulthood, as the victim is regarded as a bad penny, the black sheep of the family, and similar labels. So some of you have had one of your parents say something to your face or make remarks to you where they told you that they smeared you. I am a scapegoat child, and I have been told the things that have been said about me in a very candid way. Like, I told them that, I'm not even going to say, just you can imagine someone coming to you and saying this to you and not seeing anything wrong with it, because not only have they smeared you to maybe a teacher that you used to have, or a family friend, someone who asked about you, who just wanted to know how you were doing, and that narcissistic parent took the opportunity to smear you, and then further came back and told you what they said in a laughingly way, like nothing had happened, okay? So let's see. When used in the case of a child, the narcissistic parent will smear the child to other siblings, to the other parent, to other relatives, friends, teachers, and so forth, all right? And let's see what else he has to say. Both the narcissist and the audience say nothing to the victim because he or she is still a child. The narcissist is more interested in the dynamic with the audience than the victim. The fuel is drawn from the audience, with the fuel coming from the victim at a later stage. I'm so sorry, y'all, that I have to tell y'all these kinds of things. And when he's talking about Fuel is drawn from the audience, with the fuel coming from the victim at a later stage because they are a child. You guys go back and look at this series. I have a playlist where I go over his book called Fuel, which explains what fuel is, and so that you can know how to starve the narcissist, and so that you can stop fueling them, okay? Because that book right there to me is the most important thing. And when I said fuel in here, I realized that some of y'all may not know what fuel is. So these are the groups of people that they smear, okay? So I am going to end this video here. If you've liked this video and it's been informative to you, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and I'd love for you to subscribe to the channel. And thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye bye, my beautiful narc free family. Oh, and by the way, I will leave a link for this book and for the book Fuel down below this video in the description box and down in the comments, as well as other videos you all might be interested. Thank you for joining me. Bye bye.